Hi, welcome to Innovative Rhythm. I'm Miss Jeanette, and I'm going to give you a tour of the space. So this area over here, pre-COVID, was typically our boot room, but we have a different plan now for what everybody will do with their personal belongings that I'll show you momentarily. Right now, this is Spillover Space for a designated waiting area. And we also do inventory pickup for dancers over here. When the dancers first arrive at the studio, if a staff member isn't already at the door, we ask you to ring the doorbell and a staff member will come to you. We will take your temperature to make sure that you fall in the normal range, and we ask everybody to hand sanitize as you enter the building as well. As dancers arrive, we have designated areas for them to wait depending on what studio they'll be dancing in. So for example, we'll have one group waiting here and their personal belongings will go into these cubbies. Or we have a second waiting area over here and their cubbies on that side. Studios A and B, because they are our smaller studios, they will have their personal belongings stored out here in the lobby. C and D will take their personal items back with them, and I'll show you that momentarily. We also have the restrooms out here for the dancers to use, and we have a water bottle refilling station as well. Over here we have our studio store. We carry team clothing and dance supplies. You're not obligated to shop with us, but we carry anything that's required for the uniforms, or we can order it in for you. If that's convenient for you, we will help you out. Coming back over here, we have a couple of different waiting areas. So these are for our older students who have a break between classes of 30 minutes or more. When they have a longer break, they are able to stay at the studio, and they'll be in a room such as this, where we've got spaced out and blocked off waiting areas, or this room is another option. And the room formerly known as our homework room is our third designated waiting area, again for the older students. When dancers have a break of only 15 minutes between classes, they can also stay at the studio, but they will go into the designated waiting boxes for their classes to line up. So these are for the longer breaks with the seniors. Over here is the office, and on this wall is where we have all the baby versions of our staff members. So Miss Stephanie and Miss Shauna, they're the two photos down below here. They're the owner-directors of the studio. I am their manager, and the three of us comprise of the management team. In addition to the three of us, we have 9 other staff members who work for us part-time, either as administrators or instructors or both. Back here we have the final waiting area for the classes where they line up. Generally this will be for Studio C and D. Anytime we're a little busier in the lobby, we have a traffic plan in place for where the dancers will need to go. During the first couple of weeks of classes, the staff will be very active out in the lobby, making sure everyone knows where to line up, and then we'll get into the routine and groove of things. This is the first of 4 of our dance studios. Studio A, which is one of our 2 smaller spaces. In here we also run our aerial silks and circ conditioning program. So that you can see hanging from the ceiling is our silks and our silks and our hammocks. For the silks and our acro classes during COVID times, we are going to be sending out waivers to families to complete where you can either opt in or out of hands-on spotting by our staff members. For the other classes, there will be no physical touch between the staff member and the students. So acro and silks families, watch for those waivers. As we walk down the hall, you will see our show posters. We are a production-focused studio, so all of our year-long dance programs perform in the final production. Each year we do a different theme. So for example, we've done Aladdin, Peter Pan, recently we did Alice in Wonderland. Senior students are invited to play the characters, and all of the different groups will do a dance that helps to tell part of the story. And in the end, we have one big cohesive production. For the current season, we don't know yet what exactly our year-end performance will look like, but we will send out information to families before the Christmas holiday break, letting you know what our plans are. Typically, we would order costumes in November, but with current pandemic times, we won't place any costume orders until the new year when everybody's been informed about what our production plans are. The two different programs that don't perform in the year-end show are our session-based programs, because they are just 6 to 8 weeks and they are not doing the final performance, and then our Silks program as well. They have their own end-of-year presentations. In here is Studio B, another one of our smaller spaces. In both Studio A and B, our class size maximum is 10 dancers. With our youngest classes, it may be only 9 if they also have a teaching assistant. That's based on current protocols for spacing required to allow to safely socially distance during classes. As you see in all the different rooms, we've taped out boxes on the floors, and especially with our younger classes, they will stick mainly to their boxes, or we have different travel routes planned out from when we're doing across the floor work. This way we can ensure everybody is staying safe while they're dancing. And you can see more of our posters down the hall. And the floor in our hallway has also been taped out to help with traffic flow for when classes are coming in and out. Here is Studio C, one of our larger spaces. So in here you'll see that we have televisions. Each of the rooms is set up with a television and a laptop system. This is so that we will be live streaming all of our classes for whoever is registered in the class. This way, if a dancer has symptoms, they need to self-isolate, if they have any sick family members, for any reason, if the dancer needs to stay home, they're still able to participate, but from home. And so they'll be on the screen here. The teachers will be able to see them, interact with them, give them feedback, and they'll still be able to see what is being covered here at the studio. So we're able to do that hybrid method for the year. So this is Studio D. So as you can see here in Studio D, we have cubbies. They were also in Studio C. So when dancers have a class in either C or D, they will bring their personal belongings back with them to be in the cubbies here. Studio D is another location that we will do aerial silks classes. You can see that the silks are here. And then just a few other things to know about our safety plan for the year. Everybody who is in the building is required to wear their masks as much as possible. In the general common areas such as the lobby and the hallways, everybody will be masked at all times. During our classes, we're also going to be having the dancers wear their masks as much as possible. We will take water breaks and spread out to safely catch our breath as we need to when we're working really hard. But as much as possible, we will be erring on the side of caution and keeping masks on, as we just have so many young people who can't be vaccinated yet, and we're following sort of the lead of the way that the school programs are running right now. Our staff will also be masked at all times, and we have hand sanitizer inside each of the rooms for everybody to sanitize on their way in and out of the rooms. Coming back out to the lobby, when the dancers are waiting for their classes out here in their waiting areas, the teachers will come from the back to let them know when it's time to go to class and lead them to their classrooms. When classes are finished, dancers will gather their personal belongings from the cubbies if they're in C and D, or out here in the lobby if they were dancing in Studio A and B, and then they'll be able to leave the building. We will have a drop-off and pick-up area set up outside of the building, as well as places marked for where you can line up if you're waiting to come inside. At the current time, the lobby is closed to everybody except for our dancers and our staff members. This is to ensure that we are following capacity limits. The one exception is for our families of our youngest dancers in kinder, primary, and movers and shakers. Because we know that the youngest dancers may need a little bit of extra support, those families are able to come into the studio to ensure that their dancer gets off to class okay. Once the dancers are back in the classrooms, depending on where we're at with capacity, we may need to ask those family members to then wait outside in their vehicles, or they will be pointed out to a designated seating area out here in the lobby. For any administrative support, families are able to either call us or email at any time, and our staff will be happy to help you out. For families who are needing to do shopping, we request that you contact us to book an appointment, and then we will be able to arrange for you and or your dancer to come inside. So that is our space. Thank you so much for watching this video. We can't wait to see all of the dancers in the studio soon. Again, don't be afraid to reach out to us if you have any questions or concerns. Our phone number is 416-239-1496, or you can email us info@irdance.ca.